Hello and welcome to our preview of the Bank of England rate decision and the accompanying minutes. First thing to kick off, it should be noted that it is very unlikely we will see a change in the interest rates or the APF themselves, and as such the vote and the rhetoric will be much more in focus. There are two schools of thought. Many have pushed back their rate hike expectations in recent weeks. This does come amid Brexit fears, the ongoing slump in commodities, as well as the slightly volatile markets in both China and then the downside in data from Europe. However, there's also an argument that the BoE could be more likely to raise rates in the near term, and this comes as the Fed took the first step and the BoE may follow on from their lead. And then you've also seen an uptick in inflation coming out of deflationary territory to last month's CPI year on year print at plus 0.1%. So in terms of what we could see in terms of the vote, currently stands at 8-1 with McCafferty, the lone dissenter, voting for a rate hike. You could see Forbes join McCafferty and make it a 7-2 vote. You could see McCafferty back down, given that over the last 6 months things haven't gone quite as he expected them to. Or you could even see the very dovish Haldane call for a rate cut. And then in terms of the rhetoric, as I mentioned before, a lot of it will be on how global events have affected the UK. So you've got the Fed rate hike, and on the flip side, you've got the volatility in China and the slump in Europe. As well as this, there will be continued focus on the Brexit fears that have been going around the market and seen some softness in cable in recent weeks, as well as the uptick seen in inflation. So a combination there of international and domestic concerns for the BoE to mention. In terms of market reaction, if they are dovish minutes, or if we do see a change to the downside in terms of rate hike expectations and votes, we could see some softness go through sterling, upside in equities, and a flattening of the curve. However, if we see a particularly hawkish set of minutes, or if Forbes surprisingly joins McCafferty, we could see some significant strength go through sterling, we could see downside in equities, or we could see a steepening of the curve. It should be noted that this is largely considered as to be not too much of an event. There shouldn't be too much of a surprise here, considering we've had the Christmas break in between this and the last meeting, so rhetoric hasn't changed too much, hasn't been too much of a change in terms of the BoE's thought process that we've seen. However, if we do see a change in rhetoric, this will be significant in terms of market reaction. That's all from me. I wish you the best of luck.